In a quiet village bathed in sunlight, surrounded by green fields and winding rivers, life moved slowly and gently. The roosters crowed at dawn, and the smell of lentils cooking floated through open windows. Here lived a boy named Ethan, who had never learned how to wait. Ethan was quick and restless. He hurried through breakfast, interrupted his teachers, and tapped his feet impatiently whenever his mother asked him to wait. "Why does everything take so long?" he would complain. His mother would smile softly. "Some things grow only with patience, not speed," she said. But Ethan paid little attention. He wanted everything immediately. His rice to cook faster, his dog to heal overnight, and the small guava tree in their backyard to bear fruit, even though it was barely taller than him. One hot afternoon, frustrated beyond measure, Ethan stormed into the forest, grumbling that the village was too slow for him. He wandered farther than ever before, until the familiar path disappeared and the trees stood close together like secrets waiting to be discovered. In a sun-dappled clearing, he saw an old man kneeling on the dry earth, digging carefully with his hands. Curiosity drew Ethan closer. "What are you doing?" he asked. The old man looked up, his eyes warm and wise. "I am planting thyme," he said. Ethan laughed in disbelief. "Thyme isn't something you can plant." The man smiled gently and offered him a tiny gray seed that shimmered faintly. "Take it. But remember, it will grow only if you stop rushing." Half convinced it was a trick, Ethan slipped the seed into his pocket. That night, he planted it in a small pot outside his window and went to bed, doubtful it would ever grow. Days turned into weeks, yet the pot remained empty. Ethan forgot about the seed and returned to his old habits. He grew impatient with his dog's slow recovery, annoyed at his sister's clumsy braid, and sighed at the long wait for festivals and holidays. Then, slowly, he began to notice small things. One evening, he watched his mother quietly sewing his torn school bag. Her hands moved steadily, without hurry. Ethan felt something calm within him as he observed her. The next day, when his sister spilled rice on the floor, he didn't shout. Instead, he knelt beside her and helped pick up each grain, and she laughed through her tears. Later, his teacher asked him to help a younger boy learn to read. Ethan agreed, and each afternoon he sat with him under the banyan tree, slowly guiding him through each word. Gradually, Ethan's foot-tapping stopped. His voice softened. His thoughts no longer raced ahead. Then, one rainy morning, Ethan looked out the window and gasped. The pot that had once been empty now held a fragile green sprout, glowing faintly like the seed had. Heart pounding, he ran back to the forest clearing. The old man was there, just as before. "It's growing," Ethan whispered. The old man smiled. "Then so are you." A gentle breeze rustled the leaves. For the first time, Ethan understood time was not an enemy to chase. It was a teacher, a friend, and it moved best when he moved with it. From that day forward, Ethan lived differently. He still laughed, ran, and dreamed, but he no longer demanded the world hurry with him. He learned to sit by the guava tree and wait, to comfort his sister with kindness, to care for his dog patiently, to simply be present with his mother. And when the guava tree finally bore fruit, he picked it slowly, smiling, not because it came quickly, but because it came when it was meant to. Ethan had finally learned the greatest lesson: patience and love, not speed, are the true seeds of growth.